with the COVID pandemic and what's happened in that, a focus of Turnberry for 2021 has been on price as opposed to benefit going into the new year. We know that a lot of people have taken financial strain over the course of the year, so we really have focused our attentions on pricing increase as opposed to benefit increase for 2021. Okay, going into the 2021 options and benefit enhancements and premium increases. The first option I'd like to chat about is obviously our Premier option, which is probably one of the most comprehensive products out in the marketplace at the moment. We've had two benefit increase or two product enhancements on our Premier option and our optimal option for 2021. Two of the new benefits that we've added is first of all our breast cancer prevention cover. So essentially what this does is it increases your gap benefit up to 600% for a prophylactic mastectomy. What that means is that if there is any cancer genes within the family, okay, and from a woman's perspective, they would rather go and have a mastectomy done on both breasts before they actually get cancer, okay, this benefit will then kick in and will cover that procedure up to 600%. But then obviously has to be approved by your medical scheme up front. The second benefit which we've added for both the Premier and optimal option for 2021 is the breast cancer reconstruction benefit. Okay. This will increase the medical aid rate up to 600% for breast reconstruction post-mastectomy due to cancer, and will also go and add an additional benefit of 20,000 Rand for the unaffected breast for purposes of symmetry. And now from a benefit enhancement point of view, you'll see that the overall annual limit has increased from 164,000 to 171,000. We've increased sub-limit benefit cover from 30,000 to 35,000. Our non-DSP benefit cover has increased from 11,000 to 12,000. Our trauma recovery care benefit has also increased from 1,000 Rand per admission to 2,000 Rand. We've increased both MRI and CT scan cover from 5,000 to 5,500. And our trauma care benefit has increased from 800 to 1,000 Rand per consultation and from 7,000 to 8,000 per family per annum. Our co-payments for scopes has increased from 2,000 to 3,000, and our sub-limit benefit for MRI, CT and PT scans has also increased from 30 to 35,000 for 2021. Our casualty benefit for accidents, we've also increased from 13,500 to 14,000, and casualty for illnesses, which was a new benefit we introduced this year, we've increased from 2,000 to 2,500 for next year. Our personal accident cover, which is a standalone benefit and doesn't form part of the OAL, we've increased from 25 to 30,000 for next year. The new rates from 2021 on the Premier has gone to 460 Rand for under 65 and 665 Rand for over 65-year-olds. The next option is our optimal option, which has had a really good uptake during the course of 2020. The new benefit changes is the increase in the overall annual limit from 164 to 171,000. As mentioned on the Premier option, we've added two new benefits on this, which is your breast cancer prevention cover and the breast cancer reconstruction cover for 2021. Two really nice benefits which have been requested during the course of the year. Okay, the benefit enhancements on the optimal option for 2021 are as follows. The gap cover benefit is at 500%. The co-payment cover is still up to a maximum of the overall annual limit. We've increased sub-limit benefit cover from 20,000 to 25,000 for next year. We've increased the non-DSP cover from 8,500 to 9,000. The MRI and CT scan benefit, we've increased from 4,000 to 4,500. The trauma care benefits, we've increased from 800 Rand to 1,000 Rand per consultation, and from 6,000 Rand to 7,000 Rand per family per annum. The co-payment benefits for scopes, we've increased from 2,000 to 3,000 Rand. Your sub-limit benefits on MRI, CT and PT scans, we've also increased that from 20,000 to 25,000 per annum. The casualty benefit, we've increased from 8,500 Rand to 9,000 Rand, and the casualty benefit for illnesses, we've also increased from 2,000 to 2,500 for next year. And the personal accident cover, which is not part of the OAL, is also increased from 10,000 to 15,000 Rand. The optimal option has also had a minimal rate increase of around 9% from for 2021. So for family under 65, it's 345 Rand, and over 65, 506 Rand. Our synergy option for 2021, some of the enhancements on the benefits is the increase in the OAL, 171,000. And some of the benefit increases and enhancements is the sub-limit benefit cover, which we've increased from 20,000 to 25,000. Our non-DSP benefit, which has increased from 6,500 to 7,000. Our MRI and CT scan cover, we've also increased that from 3,000 to 3,500. Our trauma care benefit, we've increased the benefit from 800 to 1,000 Rand per consultation and 5,000 to 6,000 Rand per family per annum. Some of the benefits which we have seen utilised over the course of the year, we've increased nicely as well, which is the co-payments for scopes from 2,000 to 3,000 Rand. Our sub-limit cover for MRI, CT and PET scans, we've increased from 20 to 25,000. The casualty benefit for accidents, we've increased from 8,000 to 8,500. And our casualty benefit for illnesses, we've also increased from 1,500 per consultation to 2,000. And once again, the personal accident cover, which doesn't form part of the OAL, we've also had a nice increase on there from 7,500 to 10,000. The new rates on the synergy option for 2021, it's also had a minimal increase of around the 9% mark. For family under 65, it's 295 Rand, and over 65, 411. Our launch option, we've increased the overall annual limit from 164 to 171,000. I think one of the nicest enhancements and changes we've done to the launch option for 2021 is, as you know, in the past, there's been a 350 Rand excess on this option. We've now removed that excess going into 2021. So any claims on the launch option, there will be no excesses payable by the client on this. The two of the nicer benefits that it obviously offers is the gap benefit up to 350%. And then obviously the casualty benefit for accidents, we've also got that benefit from 4,500 Rand to 5,000 for 2021. The increase on our launch option is sitting around about the 9% mark as well, which is 135 Rand for family under 65 and 235 Rand for family over the age of 65. Our MedExtend option, which we introduced at the beginning of this year, has also had some relatively good success and uptake during the course of the year. Some of the enhancements on this is the overall annual limit, once again, has increased to legislative CPR, which equates to 171,000 for 2021. And then obviously the whole list of defined procedures which is offered on the MedExtend option, all of those benefits have had significant increases. Just for example, the back or neck surgery, we've increased that from 60 to 65,000. I'm just giving you a couple of examples, but you can see on the slide all the benefits that are available. We've increased the dental procedures from 80 to 85,000. The removal of varicose veins, we've increased that from 20 to 23,000. And some of the other ones, your skin disorders, we've also increased. So all the defined procedures on the MedExtend option have had some relatively good benefit enhancements for 2021. The extension on the MedExtend option, which is a MedBoost benefit, once again, if a client has a claim-free period of 3 years, there will be an additional amount of 3,000 Rand added to any one of those defined procedure benefits. If a client's had a claim-free period for 5 years, then an additional 5,000 Rand will then be added to any one of those procedures available. The MedExtend option has also had around about the 9% increase for 2021. For family under the age of 65, it's 325 Rand, and over the age of 65 is 506 Rand. As you'll notice on all the options, we've had Turnberry offers the free international travel cover as an added benefit to any one of the options that a client has with Turnberry at no additional costs. The travel cover is 5 million Rand per person insured on the policy. Okay, and covers a person up to a maximum of 90 days. I am going to touch a little bit later on the international travel cover and the benefits that it offers. From an underwriting perspective, there's been no changes. We have not gone and added on any additional pre-existing or condition-specific waiting periods to our product range for 2021. The underwriting stays as was. It's a general 3-month waiting period for any new clients that are joining. However, we will waiver that 3-month general waiting period when a client takes out his medical aid and gap cover policy at the same time. We have a 10-month waiting period on pregnancy, and then we have our standard 12-month exclusions, waiting periods on condition-specific procedures, as you can see on the slide over there. Touching on our travel cover for 2021, there's been no significant changes on this. Our travel cover has obviously been a good success during Turnberry's, during the last couple of years with Turnberry. Obviously this year there's been limited flying as a result of the pandemic. So the travel cover is still a nice added benefit that Turnberry offers, and I think it's a unique selling point of ours. There's been minimal changes on the travel cover. If a client takes out a policy with Turnberry, they've got the 5 million rand international travel cover as a standard benefit available to them, which will cover them for the 90 days when they travel outside the country. They've got evacuation, repatriation benefits. They've got medical assistance and advice. There's a whole host of benefits that the clients receives on our standard travel cover benefit. However, if a client feels that the benefit which they have is not sufficient for their period of travel, they can top it up with our top-up cover, okay, where the client will then go and pay a premium, but for that premium they'll go get a whole host of additional benefits, which will include your travel cover up to 15 million rand. The clients will get pre-existing cover, they'll get accidental death cover, and then they get a whole host of additional benefits, which is your missed flights, delayed flights, lost baggage, they get personal liability cover. So they get a whole host of additional benefits. The travel top-up cover for 2020 was 560 Rand. For 2021, it's gone up to 600 Rand. So there's been a very small or minimal increase on the travel cover. And bearing in mind that the client only pays that premium for the period of time that they travel. So it's a nice additional benefit that the clients can have, but it's optional. If they choose not to take the top-up cover, they've got the standard 5 million Rand international travel cover at no additional cost. Okay, during the course of the year, Turnberry has had, we've done a lot of financial engineering around both our insurance and our operational costs, which has allowed us to come to the market this year with some really, really good group rates. I really do encourage any of you that are looking at supplying quotes to group clients out there at the moment to please afford us the opportunity to quote on some of the group business. We really have come up with some good group rates for 2021. Fortunately, we were able to get a lot of feedback from a number of you during the course of the year in terms of what we were competing against, which has allowed us to really offer some good rates to you. There are obviously a number of factors which influence the pricing from a group perspective. The more information that you can supply us during the quoting process, the better it will be. The number of members, the demographics in terms of the average age of the group, the medical aid option they're on. Is it going to be a voluntary quote? Is it going to be a compulsory quote? So the more information that you can feed us will then obviously allow us to come to you with some really, really good competitive rates. We can also tailor-make a product for any of the groups where there's a membership base of 250 plus. And when I say tailor-make a product, I'm talking about creating a product that is in line with what the company or what you are looking for the company. If you're just looking for a gap cover product with small casualty benefits or small co-payment cover or sublimit cover, we can create the product tailor-made to suit the needs of that company. We've also changed our group quoting perspective for 2021 from a minimum number of 20 members to a minimum number of 10 members for 2021. So, the smaller groups, and I think that's a market that we need to get ourselves more embedded in, is your smaller SMEs. So we're allowing groups now from 10 plus to group quote on. From a group quoting perspective, we also offer favourable underwriting. As you saw the underwriting sheet earlier, if the group has got the required number of members and the profile and demographics fall within the Turnberry profile, we're more than willing to offer really good favourable underwriting conditions for those groups. And then once again, from a take-on perspective, we do understand that it's not always easy to get clients to fill in application forms and that. So we've got a number of ways of obviously assisting in terms of group take-on, from electronic take-ons, from an Excel spreadsheet take-on. There's a number of ways that we really can assist you guys in terms of getting group business onto the Turnberry platform. Guys, and I think with that, really like to thank you for your time today. I know over the course of the next 3 to 4 weeks, you're going to be involved with a number of these digital product presentations for the various healthcare providers out there. So we really just want to thank you for your time today and look forward to chatting to you in the future.